Welcome to Inside the Machine, episode 3. We're here in Minnesota, beautiful Minnesota, on this amazing grass field. There's tons of dragonflies. You'll see them around. We're setting up the top of part 2. We're gonna get better today. It's gonna be great.
I was introduced to the Cavaliers in high school. A couple of my teachers marched in the early 2000s. And then in April of 2023, I filled a marimba hole, and I've come back every summer since, and I've absolutely loved it.
I was originally drawn to the Cavaliers because of the brotherhood. My father, Adam Vargas, marched in 1992 and 1993, and I've been hearing about the brotherhood of the Cavaliers my entire life. And I knew it was such a life-changing experience, and I had to check it out for myself.
You know, I didn't do color guard in high school, so I found out about DCI my senior year via video, and one of the first videos I saw was the Cavaliers. I think it was Cavaliers 1992, and I remember thinking, oh, that's a really good marching band. And the band director at the time, he said, oh, that's not a marching band, that's a drum corps. And I went home, and I was just obsessed. I remember researching it online, and I found the Cavaliers, and then I saw that they were only 5 hours away from me. I just liked the strong athleticism that the corps presented. I liked that it was a fraternal organization, and I had never been a part of anything at that point. And I was graduating high school, so it was at this time of change. So that just kind of drew me in. I liked how they performed at a high level.
So what originally drew me to the Cavaliers was the show design, particularly the visual design in the early 2000s. Michael Gaines's drill, Andy Toth choreography. That's something that I just wanted to learn from and be a part of. And the level of performance, the level of execution was also something that drew me to the Cavaliers. It was just leagues beyond every other drum corps out there. I just had to find out what their teachers were doing differently than my teachers in my high school band.
I keep coming back to the Cavaliers because starting my Cavaliers journey with the 75th anniversary really showed me what the brotherhood is truly about and what it means to a lot of people. And I just want to keep bringing that to more people and find ways that I can make it stronger and stronger and really leave an impact on the corps long after I'm gone.
The main reason I kept coming back to the Cavaliers was the brotherhood created through the Cavaliers visual system. Specifically how it fostered individual accountability for the service of the entire ensemble. Every rep, every detail mattered, not just for the personal achievement, but because it directly affected the success of the entire ensemble. It wasn't just about hitting dots, it was about contributing to a visual identity that required each of us to be a pillar for one another to lean on. That level of trust and commitment formed over the summer to the group was incredibly motivating and kept me coming back year after year.
What makes it special about being a gear in the Green Machine is it goes back to the brotherhood, knowing that every other person, every other gear in this machine is going through the same thing that you're going through. Everybody's putting in the same amount of work. Everybody is being asked to do the same thing on the field and off the field, whether it's your tour job or if you're a soloist in the show. The level of accountability that's being asked of you, it's the same for every single person. And in that, we bond through that. So being part of that brotherhood, being part of that machine, knowing that I'm a gear, I'm a cog in that machine that's part of this brotherhood, that's making this whole thing possible and move forward.
Being a gear in the Green Machine means that you understand that greatness doesn't solely come from standing out. It's about unity and knowing that no matter how small your role or job might seem on or off the field, it is essential to the whole system running at its absolute best. You learn to take pride in the grind and the repetition and getting 1% better each rep, not for fame or recognition, but because the corps deserves it. And when all those gears sync up and the machine is running full force, you become unstoppable.
It's really hard to explain, to the people from the outside, but I think, being a Cavalier means always being excellent at everything you do, and there's just something special about getting to experience those moments with the guys in the green. Day in, day out, we're always heads down, sleeves up, going to work, and there's just something really special about that and being part of something that's a lot bigger than yourself. Like today, we're gonna get to experience all the alumni that are gonna be here, And that's just a fantastic part, getting to interact with all of them and just seeing the history, the 77 years of the Cavaliers.
It is incredibly special to be able to be taught by the alumni of the Cavaliers, knowing that they have the same understanding of what it means to be a Cavalier that I do. When we're in rehearsal and they're teaching us about mindset, telling us, be a Cavalier, I know that they know exactly what it means to be a Cavalier. And they're not trying to get me to do something that is this fictitious idea or what they think it means to be a Cavalier. They know exactly what it means. They know that I know what it means to be a Cavalier. And so when they say, be a Cavalier, it's the connection brother to brother, but also staff member to member.
It's really exciting to have people coming back to teach us that have gears and are Cavaliers, because not only are they, they've marched all the shows that I idolize, that I watch over and over and over, and we're finally bringing the Cavaliers technique back to the Cavaliers. But it is a lot more than that, because they come in and there's that instant connection with the staff that sometimes you don't get. And so that helps how good you can get in rehearsal, how hard you work in rehearsal, how hard they push you, how hard you push them. And it just makes everything smoother, and it just feels like the Cavaliers.
They've been Cavaliers before, and they get all the things that the Cavaliers are and that we do. And so, getting nitty gritty and cleaning our boards, before every show, and detailing everything and just making sure that everything looks the same under our keyboards. Like, they understand that and they hold us to that same level of accountability and kind of just the same history that we've been taught by. So it's really cool to kind of get to experience that, where they kind of know what we're going through and they can kind of share some of their stories and we get to hear those stories, and it's been great.
Being able to teach the next generation of Cavaliers means everything to me. I'm here to teach them first and foremost how to be a Cavalier. Teaching them how to march, whether it's bending their knees or hitting their dots in their drill, that is merely the vehicle to teach them how to become a Cavalier. All of the values that I were taught by my older Cavalier staff brothers, discipline, individual accountability, responsibility, honoring your commitments, resourcefulness, all those values, that's what I'm here to teach. And that is something that I take very seriously and something that I'm so excited to continue to teach here at the Cavaliers.
Being able to come back and teach the next generation of Cavaliers has been one of the most rewarding things I've got to do in this industry. It's more than just passing on the technique, it's about passing on the standard of what being a Cavalier means. A sense and pride of being something greater than yourself. I see so much of myself in these members, the hunger, the uncertainty, the fire, and it's an honor to help shape their journey the same way that mine was shaped. It means preserving the legacy while pushing it forward. It's about giving back to the system that made me who I am today and making sure they feel the same sense of belonging, purpose, and accountability that kept me coming back year after year.
It's really cool to come back home. I have taught drum corps every year since I aged out, -2. So to finally come back home is really special. And it's special to me right now in my life because I'm older and I just feel like I have more useful life information that we can provide to the young men, not just checkpoints and everything they do on the field. It's nice to be back now, being more secure as myself, as a person and not just an instructor, and be able to give back. It's really cool. And it's really special to see the next generation because there's a lot of things that we did 20 years ago that are still here. Like, they still do some of the things walking to the gate. They say some of the same chants, they say the same thing. So it's special, and I'm honored to be here, to be in front of them.
It's our home show. This is an excellent opportunity to make the statement loud and clear: the Cavaliers are back. There are alumni from every decade here to see you. I actually, by surprise, met a gentleman up on the upper deck tonight who marched in the first Cavaliers. 1948. He is 93 years old. He started in Boy Scout Troop 111 in 1946, and he drove himself here. He walked himself up the steps, and he is incredibly excited to see you. He was one of the first 4 snare drummers in the entire history of the Cavaliers. and that is just one alumnus that is here to see you tonight. There is power here in this stadium. There is power here in your hometown. Own that. Own that. You guys feel confident? Yeah. You have every right to feel confident. You have every right to feel confident. You've worked for it. You have the show for it. You're a Cavalier. That's how it works. You guys ready for a great show? Yes. I want you to go out there and I want you to enjoy this one. Take this moment, feel the power of who's watching you tonight, what you represent, and the long history that stands behind you. You will be celebrated tonight, and I am so excited for you to loudly exclaim yet again, and for the home audience, the Cavaliers are back. You ready, gentlemen? Yes. Let's do it. Focus up, have a great run. Thank you.